is thinking of you. This is Amelia Bedelia Means Business, Chapter 2, and I'm in the Dublin airport. Amelia Bedelia adored her bike. It was a great bike. It was fast and dependable, and she had learned to ride on it. She could tell you how it had gotten every dent. She could tell you what had chipped each fragment of paint from the frame and what had made those rusty scratches on the chrome. She could match each insult to her bike to an injury on her body. Scabs on her knees, scrapes on her elbows, bruises on her shins, and a tiny sliver of a scar under her chin. Amelia Bedelia had parked her bike at the bike rack. She was about to go into school when she saw some kids buzzing around Suzanne Scroggins. Suzanne was a new girl this year. She told all her friends to call her Susie. Amelia Bedelia still called her Suzanne, even though Amelia Bedelia sat right behind her. Amelia Bedelia had never figured out why Suzanne was so crabby and bossy. There's a picture of Suzanne. She looks crabby and bossy, doesn't she? She sure does. Arms folded, eyebrows down like that. Every day, except for today, of course, since it was the last day of school before vacation. Amelia Bedelia noticed the difference right away. Suzanne was smiling from ear to ear. Then Amelia Bedelia saw why. Suzanne had a new bike. It was the most beautiful bike in the world. Amelia Bedelia was speechless, but she did not make a sound. It was the takes your breath away inhaling sound that you can't control when you see something amazing. The bike was painted a rich emerald green with metal flakes that sparkled like diamonds, floating just beneath the smooth enamel surface. Gleaming chrome reflected the morning sun, dazzling Amelia Bedelia's eyes. She tried to look away, but she could not take her eyes off the bike. It hurt to look. It hurt more not to look. Every inch of the bike was so streamlined that it looked as though it was still moving, even after Suzanne had parked it. From the back of her throat, Amelia Bedelia managed to croak, "Nice bike." "Thank you," said Suzanne, "but bikes are bikes." "That's true," said Amelia Bedelia. "Just two wheels with spokes." "And lots of gears," said Suzanne. "I don't have any gears," said Amelia Bedelia. There's a picture of them. They're comparing their bikes. I think this one's Amelia Bedelia and this one's Suzanne's. All the kids were around looking at it. "Two tires, definitely," said Suzanne. "Not really," said Amelia Bedelia. "I don't get too tired without gears." "Brakes?" said Suzanne. "Sometimes my bike breaks," said Amelia Bedelia. "Then my dad fixes it." The bell rang. It was time to go inside. As Suzanne locked her bike at the rack, she said, "Don't forget to lock up your bike, Amelia Bedelia." That's when the truth hit Amelia Bedelia. She had never locked up her bike. She didn't have to because it wasn't worth stealing. Who would want it after seeing the bike? Amelia Bedelia didn't, that's for sure. Everyone followed Suzanne into school, leaving Amelia Bedelia to ponder the difference between the two bikes. She felt bad for her bike. She felt bad about feeling bad about her bike. She felt bad, period. Finding out that life was unfair was no way to start the day, and it was certainly no way to start a school vacation. That afternoon after school, Amelia Bedelia avoided everyone, even her friends. She hid behind the dumpster, listening to the laughter and the jokes and the cries of, "Have a good break." Finally, Amelia Bedelia got on her bike and rode home. She took the back way so no one would see her. There she is, thinking about it. Thinking about her bike. Oh, that was the end of chapter chapter 2. We'll read chapter 3 tomorrow. Love you guys. Mwah.